Hi, Andrew here. Today I'm doing another instructional video on Wikicamps, but this is a result of a few requests I've had online. And today's focus will be on smartphones, whether it's an Android smartphone or an iPhone. So join me as we learn a little bit about getting the best out of Wikicamps on a smartphone.
Andrew here from Nomads Unplugged, where we are interested in tips, trips, tools, toys, and particularly tech for big lappers and adventurous road trippers. Wikicamps comes in two versions. An iOS version, which runs on Apple products, so think iPad or iPhone, and an Android version, which runs on Android-based smartphones and Android-based tablets. It doesn't come in a Windows version, so you can't run it on your PC or Windows laptop. But today we're looking at running Wikicamps on your Android smartphone or your Apple iPhone. So just open the app, and first thing we'll look at is the plan view. So down the bottom, click on plan, and it will take you into your trip planner. If you can scroll down, you can see all the trips that you have recently looked at, trips you've archived, or trips you've shared with others. To view or reload archived trips, just click on the archived folder and that will open all your archived trips. Then you can just select them and restore them. Next button along the bottom is the book button. So if you just click on that, it will take you into the Wikicamps booking system. Now if you just then click on view all bookable sites, it will actually take you into a different browser screen, and that's the Wikicamps booking engine. You'll see here that it does not list them in any meaningful order, so it's not associated with your current location. It possibly is, no, got no idea. Right, so that one's the booking system. We'll just go back in, click on the save button. It has some offers that Wikicamps provide, not much there. And then finally go into menu. This is where you can go into offline mode. So to go into offline mode, toggle on that button. And if you want to manage offline content, go into offline content, and then you can download maps and or trips. You do need to download a map before downloading a trip, otherwise you've got nothing to overlay the map on. So that's it for the buttons along the bottom. All right, so let's click back on the Explore button and it will take us into the map view. In this case, it is the satellite map view. Now from here you can zoom in, zoom out, etc. Or you can click on the button like the list view. List view will give you a listing of all the sites that were on the map when you're in the map view. And they will order them according to the drop-down box that's on the top right. So currently I have them at recommended, but if I click on that, you can see I can do by other options, including top rated, most reviewed, etc. From the list view, to return to map view, just click on the map view button on the bottom left and it will take you back to the map. Again, in this case, the satellite view. Real estate on the screen is pretty precious, so to get rid of or bring back the list view, map view buttons, just click on that little horizontal bar near the bottom of the screen. If we zoom out, we can see the impact of those buttons at the top. So recommended, top rated, most reviewed, most collected, etc. Notice that the items on the map change as I change which button I've clicked. And if you've discovered that there's a site that is not currently on Wikicamps, you can just click on the Add a Site button on the bottom right. Then you go through the process of adding a site to Wikicamps. You click on Get Started. It will take you through a selection menu of current location, selecting on a map or search an address. So if we select on the map, it will take you into a map. You just scroll it right into the location where you want to add this. And I know there's a coffee cart just near the beach in Mollymook, which makes a nice coffee. So confirm location when I've got it. Then just confirm the address. You can write in a new address and select the site type. So in this case, I'm going to select it as a public facility. But it does give me all the site options that are available in Wikicamps. So rest areas, long vehicle park, experiences, different types of accommodation, so station stays, showgrounds, campsites, caravan parks, etc. But I'm going to select, as I said, public facility. So just click on that and then click continue. It will then check for duplicates, and you'll see now it says it is listed or not listed. So it's identified a few facilities that are in the area. So I'm going to just say in this case it is listed, so it won't create a new site. If I wanted to create a new site, I just click on not listed. So it gives me a bit of reassurance on that. Now let's just click on that little question mark button on the right, and you'll see that this is where it shows the icons for all the different site types that are displayed on the maps within Wikicamps. So it's quite a rich array of type sites. Clicking on the map, you can see I can go from my current satellite view into normal view. There's a normal view, and then when I'm in the views, I can also show a trip route on that map. And of course, if I don't want to have a trip route showing on the map, I can just click on Hide Trip Route and then click on Save, and it will take me back into the map.
Now this is one of those situations where using Wikicamps on your smartphone is much better than on your tablet, and that's one where you're in the car, so often you've just got the phone at hand. I've stopped, so I'm sitting in the driver's seat with my phone out, but I am stopped, and I'm looking for a campsite, but I've just come across this T intersection. So you see, there I am, and I'm not sure which way to go, so I am going to check out on Wikicamps which way I should go. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm going to press the where am I type button, my current location on Wikicamps, and then I'm going to zoom in. So I'm doing that now, and you can see this on the screen, and I can see that I take the road to the left, so I will do that now. And does find your current location work when you're offline? So I'm currently offline. You might see that at the top of the screen. I've got no signal. If I click on the find my location, where do you think I am? In the middle of the Murray? No, actually, that's good. That's where I am. And how do you use Wikicamps to find places around you? Well, so we're going to filters. Now I've got show all. I'm just looking at free campsites, and I only want campgrounds. So I'm going to turn off all those and just put on campgrounds, show results, and there you go. And then I can click on the my location button down here on the bottom right, and it should zoom into where I am, even though I'm offline. Oh, there you go. Okay, it's found me. Now if I can just zoom out, it shows me that there are 5 campsites near to where I am. Click on this one, Horseshoe Bay 4.2. It's not very far from me at all. And this one over here, Quicks Beach number 2 4.5. And how far that is. Click into Google Maps. It's taking a while to load, I assume, again because I'm offline, so I'm going to try zooming in and out to get oh no, okay, directions to there. Try that. Walk, just in case there's no tracks. So it's just over a K away. And there's my basic route. That's good. So that's how you would use Wikicamps on your smartphone to find camping locations that are near you. So now I'm leaving my campsite and I'm heading out a different way, and I've come to another fork in the road. So which way do I go? This is where I use Wikicamps and the find my current location feature, which I'm doing in my lap while the car stopped. And we'll just see if I can figure out exactly where I am and how to get out of here. So zoom out. Okay, I can go either way. I'll go this way. Alright, so we've found ourselves now. Now let's have a look at how the smartphones go at managing a trip. So I've just clicked on plan, gone into the trip planner, and what I want to do is find an existing trip that I've already set up, and I have set it up on my tablet because it is better at this sort of thing. So I've selected my lapping with toys, which is a big lap of Australia. And to get a big picture view and see how the route appears, I just click on the map icon on the bottom right, and you see here I'm in satellite view, and then I click on the trip, lapping with toys. Now if I start to scroll out, you'll see that the route as it's heading across Victoria and New South Wales shows in that green line. Now I've heard about this nice little winery come restaurant that has bands just in Milton near Ulladulla, and I just want to check if that's on my route. So I'll type into the search field Cupid's restaurant.
There it is, Cupid's Restaurant, Winery and Brewery, Ulladulla. And I just want to see if this is anywhere near my route. Now the search feature allows you to search by either site name or city town. So I'm going to try and search now within the town of Lightning Ridge for a specific caravan park that I want to stay at. And as I type in Lightning Ridge, at the moment it's on site name, so it's just showing me site names with Lightning Ridge in it. But if I change the cities and towns, you'll see that it will take me to the town of Lightning Ridge. One other thing with the search function, it is somewhat intelligent. So as I said, it will show you sites or allow you to search by sites by either site name or city town, but it also allows part searches. So if I'm looking for a place I know in New South Wales, it's quite popular. It starts with Kangaroo. I look for Kangaroo Flat. It's not Kangaroo Flat. There's one of those in South Australia and one in Victoria. If I just delete the flat, go back to the word kangaroo, I can scroll down and I can see, if I keep scrolling down, that the place I'm looking for is Kangaroo Valley in New South Wales. And now I've found Kangaroo Valley, I want to find campgrounds that are free but caravan friendly. So go into the filters, fee category show all, scroll down, and I'm deselecting everything but campground. So select campground, scroll on down to site features, click on the access button, and then caravan accessible. If I scroll out, you should see campgrounds that are caravan accessible, and there's one there. What else can I do in the smartphone version? Well, I can go into the filters and filter by my collections, so my liked sites, visited sites, want to visit, and starred, and that will show me only those sites on the map if I click on show results. Alternatively, I could filter my search so I only look for free and donation campsites or caravan parks. So deselect everything but the campgrounds and caravan parks, show results, and there you go. And then if I change into list view by clicking on the list view button, I can see all the sites that are currently on my map. And if I change the sort by to top rated, that will now be sorted in order of the ratings. So you'll see that first one was 4.8, then the next one's 4.5. So I can find sites that are en route that are also highly rated, and in my case are caravan or campsites that are free or donation. And then once I've found a site that's of interest, I can either add it to my trip, just as I would do on a tablet or etc., or I can add it to a collection for a site that I might want to visit later. Equally, I can see directions to that site itself. All right, what about creating a trip plan in Wikicamps on a smartphone? Is it as easy as it is on an iPad? Well, the answer to that's no, let me tell you. But let's go through the process of creating a trip. So the first thing we do is create a trip. Click on Plan, then the Create a Trip button. Come into this Create a Trip page, give your trip a name, smartphone trip in this case. I use some mileage figures just because I'm a bit anal, and you'll see trip created successfully. And now we need to add some sites to this trip. So I am going to click on the Add a Trip and add a custom place. I'm going to select an address in Northern Adelaide to represent my starting point. I'll give this a place name. What will I call it? Fictional Home. All right, so that'll be my starting point. It will also be my ending point because this will be an out and back trip to the Flinders Ranges. And I get confirmation that the custom place was added successfully. Now I want to click on the Add button to add a second site to my trip. So in this case, I'm going to add a site from Wikicamps. I'll start to type in the name of the site. It's in Arkaroola and it's called, what is it? The Arkaroola Wilderness Sanctuary, that's the one. So click on that. Has a cost, 3.7 star rating, 92 ratings, 299 reviews. That's good. And I will add that to my trip, and I'll use the smart insert. Because I only have, this is only the second site I'm adding to the trip, it should add it as the second site. And it has, there it is. Fictional home, then scroll down, Arkarula Wilderness Sanctuary. I now click on the ellipses next to the fictional home and click copy site, because I want to copy my fictional home to the end of my trip. I can do other helpful things like giving my sections of each trip names. So I click on the this first section and then just rename it to something that's meaningful for the outward leg. And if I wanted to, I could duplicate that section for a homeward leg. I then go through the normal process of finding and adding additional sites, whether they're overnight stops or sites I'd like to visit en route. I can, other than add trips, if I click on the ellipses to the top right, you'll see that I can edit the trip name, duplicate the trip, archive the trip, or delete the trip, or print it from a smartphone. I can also click on the share button, which allows me to print it as well, or I can click on the reorder button, which allows me to reorder the sites in the trip itself. Once you've commenced your trip, you can select the trip progress bar and slide it down to represent your progress along the trip itself. Having progressed along the trip, if we go back into map view, we can see our trip progress. So where we've been is in red, where we still have to go is in green. In this case, we're in Arkarula, we have to return to Adelaide. And lastly, before we head off on trips to remote locations like the Flinders Ranges, go into offline mode and make sure that you download the latest copy of the map and download your current trip that you plan to take, so you can refer to it in offline mode when you're no longer able to get a signal. So that's it for Wikicamps on a smartphone, whether an iPhone or an Android. The only difference is in the screen size, and that's device specific. Everything else operates in exactly the same way. I am going to do another video on using Wikicamps on a Windows PC using an emulator, so watch out for that. But until then, hopefully you got something out of this. Please leave a comment and like and subscribe. Until next time, see ya.
I'm not heading for the stars, driving down